All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. You ready for some high-speed action tonight? Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to the monster.
This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The high-octane Racing League Buschwackers Series hits Dover, the Monster Mile, for race number 6 of the season. It's 130 laps, and this thing is tough, and I mean tough on tires. Who's got what it takes to bring home the victory here tonight at Dover? There's only one way to find out, and that's watch it right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, who's got what it takes to tackle or to tame the monster tonight here at Dover? It's race number 6 of the season. This is going to be a tough one. Let's get this party started. All right, thank you so much for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Already messed up in the entry, man. Oh, well, fire the broadcaster. Oh, welcome tonight. This is Dover. It's going to be a lot of fun here, man. Glad I'm up in the broadcast booth, not out on the track. I am not good at this track. I can tell you that right now. But these guys have a desire to get their cars in victory lane. So it's going to be a good one. Good challenging track here, man. Race number 6, 130 laps here. And I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeftTV. And this is a tough track, man. I mean, this is probably the toughest track on tires. Really, the concrete surface, really gritty. And, you know, it's high speed. Guys are going to really push that car into the corners. And that will burn up the tires as well, so or add to the problem of that tire wear. And again, this is race number 6 of the season, 130-lap race here tonight. And look at next week, man. We'll have Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Home to me, baby. 70-lap race. Come on over for some beers. If you're 21. So followed by Iowa, Watkins Glen, and Richmond. So we got a road course, the crown jewel of motorsports, Indy, and then 2 short tracks. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server for your racing league, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That is EliteHostingUSA.com. Also, you want to host your online store, VPS hosting, or shared web hosting. Those things are available through EliteHostingUSA.com. Thank you so much for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't done so. And then smash the bell. Man, we are climbing our way, inching our way up to 1,000 subscribers. Please help me out, man. Share the videos with your friends and encourage them to subscribe to TurnLeftTV. Thank you for all the support. Got our favorite fan in here, Givaldo, tonight as well. He's out on the racetrack, but he always gets us started here in the chat session too. So thank you for Givaldo and all of his support here over the years here at TurnLeftTV. Good luck to him tonight as well. More racing headed your way this weekend. We'll be at Dover in the Saturday Night Thunder, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 130-lap race there in the next gen. The Saturday Night Thunder coming up this Saturday, July the 19th. High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks will be back in action at Lucas Oil Raceway Park. Hey, how about that? Indy in the Buschwackers Series next week. And we started off with Indy, Lucas Oil Raceway, located in Indy, in the Tough Trucks. That's going to be awesome. So fun track there. That starts at 8 p.m. on July the 23rd. Take a look at the track here at Dover, located in Dover, Delaware. 1 mile, the Monster Mile, 1.6 kilometers, 4 turns, of course, banking in the corners at 24 degrees. That's why you have the high speeds there. Straightaways banked at 9 degrees too. I honestly think you always feel like you're turning the car here. Even though it is a mile in length, you always feel like you're turning the car, and you're always cognizant of the tire wear here at Dover, man. This is really, really tough, and that's why they call it the Monster. Got about 8 minutes left to go in the practice session before these guys head over to the qualifications. Let's take a look at the point standings coming into tonight. Dana Grover has a 1-point lead over Claudio Bardelli Jr., who is tied with Gordon Carter. So I guess a 1-point lead over Claudio and Gordon. Dennis Uterchin sits in the 4th position, 170 points there. Preston Hassel is 5th. Givaldo Spindola is 6th. Benner Silva sits 7th. Julio Galagari is 8th. Arthur Vieira 9th. And Gelson Neto sits in the 10th position coming into tonight's race. Take a look at page number 2 there. Chris Hughes sits in the 11th spot. Sean Jacobs 12th. Jesus Iglesias is 13th. 14th is Tony Furtado. Craig Marizon sits 15th. Franco Alvarez is 16th. Hey, I'm 17th. What? World Night Race? Ritzy Novar 18th, and Dan Richter sits 19th in points. Take a look at my keys to the race here tonight, man. Save tires, not safe tires. You don't want safe tires, you want to save tires. Who in the world is my graphics guy? Oh, wait a minute, that's me. Corner exit. Really, corner exit is important here because if you're not up on the edge of your seat there and up on the wheel, you can actually spin this car out. You can also get the car up into the outside wall too if you overdrive it. Manage the traffic here. Not going to be a huge deal here tonight, but limit that aggressive driving too. That right there is going to be really tough on the tires if you get really aggressive. And make sure your pit stops are on point. You have to pit going into turn 3, you're going to be down on the apron. You're coming off a high speed. Got to be really patient there. Don't speed on pit lane. Could cost you a lap, maybe a lap and a half. Or more, because you have to come back down pit lane. About 5.5 minutes left to go in the practice session. Sean Jacobs there practicing that pit stop there around the apron through turns 3 and 4, and then on to pit lane. Pit road speed is 40 here tonight. So easy to speed under race conditions, man. You get real excited up on the edge of your seat. If you'd like to support TurnLeftTV, you can always hit that super chat button there in the bottom of the window there in the chat session, and help me out there by showing your support, TurnLeftTV. Thanks to all those folks who have done so. Really appreciate that. Appreciate people coming out, watching the race. Whether you're watching it live or on replay, welcome. Take a look at Dan Richter here, one of our Indiana drivers getting around the track in that Purdue paint scheme. Boom Boo Rum, Purdue colors as well. He was practicing his pit stop. Indiana, man, we're crazy about racing here in Indiana. Crazy. A lot of short tracks here in Indiana, great short tracks. And, of course, you know, the crown jewel of motorsports, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Again, a lot of great short tracks. Winchester's a great one. Anderson's a great one. Salem is also a great short track. Of course, you have the NHRA Nationals here with respect to drag racing. And, of course, you know, Lucas Oil Raceway is also a great short track. Delaware's so small, I think they only have one track there. And it takes up half the state. It's only a mile, but it takes half the state. Trax VR joining us here, too, tonight. Good to see Trax VR supporting TurnLeftTV. And support Trax VR, too. If you got one near you, go check them out, man. They provide place to race for our sim racing fanatics. Wish I lived closer to Calgary. I'd be up there to do some racing. I don't know. I'd be a little nervous there with a bunch of people standing around watching me. I'll be honest with you. That'd make me a little nervous, but I know there's a lot of support there at Trax VR. Dana out here. He's racing from the Trax VR facility tonight, so we've had some other guys, I think, join us from Trax VR. Maybe sitting right alongside Dana on a simulator. How cool is that, man? That's the way to cut your teeth in racing right there, man. Have somebody provide the simulator for you and get after it. All right, man, these guys go to qualifications. Headed to the quals, baby. Get your picks in now. Or maybe you want to get your picks in after the qualify. Yeah, okay. I'll do that. Again, these guys are headed to the quals. In fact, they're still changing sessions there, so these guys will get after it. All right, officially in the qualification session. We'll see who's brave enough to go out first. Looks like maybe Gordon Carter out on the track first. Gordon Carter getting his qual laps in. .21.914 for Gordon Carter. He's got another lap in out here on the track. .21.847 here for Gordon Carter. How about Tony Furtado, man? Tony got a big win in the Truck Series on Wednesday night. A big win, baby. Can he get that Valvoline car in victory lane here tonight? Looks like he's already got his laps in. Is he? Yes, I missed him. I don't see a time up there for him yet. Not sure what happened there. Maybe he backed that time off, but let's see. Maybe he does have a time. I've been talking away. Dana Grover tracks VR number 89 car, the Toyota. Car top time. Sean Jacobs, Tony Furtado, 1, 2, 3. Chevy's up front here. Dan Richter inching that Ford up to P3. .21.847 is the time to be. A little bit off there in this first lap for the 89 car. He's up to P8 here, so got a little work to do. Little work to do. He is fast in sector number 1 here on lap 2. And he looked like he backed off that, so Claudio Bardelli Jr. Oh, looks like he backed that off, so he said, hey, what the heck, man, I'm not going to rub it in your face. 21.841. I didn't do a very good job on that qualification session, did I? Send your hate mail to me. 21.841. Looks like everybody is done qualifying. Not sure about Dennis Uderchin. Looks like he is not going to qualify. He's going to start there in P11. Maybe a smaller crowd here tonight. So you guys ready to race? I'm ready to rock and roll, man. These guys going through the driver's meeting. I'm ready to rock. I don't know about you, but I am absolutely ready to rock and roll. I think these guys are going to have a good race here tonight as well.
TurnLeftTV. 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 Your butts, cause this is gonna be a great show. Heath Johnson saying all you need to know. We got fast cars racing, hopefully you're pacing. Are you ready for some high-speed action? Step on the gas. Alright. Race fans, my heavens. My heavens. Buschwackers! Saturday night! Thunder! Tough trucks! Nascar! Indy!
All right, we're back. We are finishing up. Qualifications are officially finished here. We'll give you the official results here in just a moment. If you're just joining us, we are at Dover. This is the High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Xfinity Series. Friday night, race number 6 of a 10-race season. It's 130 laps here at the Monster Mile. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, here at TurnLeftTV. We support the channel by clicking on that heart button, or if you'd like to support us monetarily, you can also click on that $ there in the chat session. That's a super chat. Thanks to all those folks who support the channel, coming in and watching the races, and engaging in the chat, sharing the videos with all your friends. Really appreciate that. And the numbers just continue to go up here at High Octane Racing League and also TurnLeftTV. Thanks for the support. A lot of old guard HORL guys out here tonight, going way back. Way back to the early 2000s, man. Take a look at the official results for qualifications. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 19 Sober Tom Ford qualifies P1. He said, hey, Chevys? I don't think so. Gordon Carter, the top Chevy there in the 56 car, qualifies in P2. Sean Jacobs in the 24, the Kubota-sponsored Chevy, starts in 3rd. In 4th will be Dan Ritter, another one of those Fords in the Boo Boo Rum, number 65 car. Tony Furtado, big win for him on Wednesday night in the Tough Truck Series. Can he get another win here tonight? In the 9 car, the Chevy qualifies in P5. Preston Hassel, the 27, qualifies in the 6th position. Qualifying in 7th will be Givaldo Spindler's 68 car. Qualifying 8th is Ben Silva in the 5. The top Toyota, Dana Grover, qualifies in the 9th position, the 89. Julio Caligari in the 6th qualifies in P10. Qualifying in the 11th position is Dennis Schuderchin in the Toyota, the Bunny. He's got the Bunny out there tonight. And Franco Alvarez makes an appearance here tonight, so he's going to start in the 12th position, or in the 13th position, I think, or 12th position. I take that back. And good to see Franco out here, man. He's getting ready to visit the United States and go to some races, man. He's one of our great Argentinian drivers. Done a lot of the paint schemes we see out here on the track as well, so huge contribution to us here at High Octane Racing League. And he's got a lot of wins, a lot of championships under his belt, that is for sure. But he has raced here for a while. I think he has raced one race this season, so we'll see if he can shake the dust off of it. Okay, we'll take a look at the schedule here next week. Come on over for a beer. We'll be in Indianapolis. I'm about 45 miles away from the track. 70-lap race coming up on July the 25th. Iowa Speedway following that on August the 1st. And we almost to August. My gosh, man. I start back to work on August 1st. Blah! Watkins Glen International, the road course, coming up on August the 8th, and finishing out the season at Richmond Raceway on August the 15th. So interesting there. That's gonna be fun. Richmond's a fun track. We'll step on the gas. Julio Caligari out here mixing it up. Good to see Julio out here, man. One of our great Brazilian drivers. I'll tell you what, man. I've said this before, and I know a lot of people who watch this channel week in, week out. You've heard it. You're going to kind of roll your eyes at it. But I'll tell you what, man. These Brazilians are absolutely crazy about racing. They got a rich history of racing there in Brazil. Of course, Ayrton Senna. I mean, what more needs to be said there, right? Brazilian stock cars. I love the Formula trucks, man. Those are really cool as well. Some great races and great tracks, too, in Brazil. Big country and big on auto racing. Benor Silva out here as well, another one of our great Brazilian drivers in the 5 car. And about 5 minutes left to go. Well, about 5.5 minutes left to go here in the warm-up session. Get your picks in. Get your picks in. I'll tell you what. I think we got some good competition out here today. And I am going to pick one of the old guard HORL boys, Preston Hassel, tonight. Well, I'm picking him to win. Who's he out there in that 27 car? Castrol sponsored machine. Get Ford in victory lane. Dan Ricker practicing his pit stop there, man. I tell you what, it is tough. You're carrying a lot of speed coming around 3 and 4 on the apron, and it is a little bit of a sharp turn as you go on, across the line. It's easy to get into the outside there, get into that barrel. I've seen that before. He's getting his practice in. Look at that. We got a crash here on pit lane. Coming into pit lane, it looks like Tony Furtado come around in the practice session. Very interesting. Let's take a look here. He's coming off it. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Boy, he really missed coming on the pit lane. And that just absolutely destroyed that car. Going to go on the pit lane and get himself a new one. Holy smokes. Working harder here in the 56 car. And with Franco Alvarez down the front stretch. Don't forget to support Claudio Bargelli Jr. and his channel. Take a look at the Sober Tom Ford. Claudio, on Wednesday nights, I believe, Sober Tom podcast on YouTube. You can always watch the, if you're not watching it live, you can always watch the videos as well after they aired. But please support him, that Sober Tom podcast channel. All things music. Not just that wonderful, wonderful samba music. But, a little bit of Latin, a little bit of African influence there with that type of music. I didn't even know what samba was until Claudio enlightened me. Don't forget to support him and his channel. One of our great friends, man. Claudio's a great guy. Very insightful here as far as the league is concerned. He's a true competitor and a really loyal driver as well. About a minute and a half left to go. Get your picks in. Get your picks in. Waldo there in the 68 car. His, whoa, he's pushing the limit there, mowing some grass. Some grass in the 68, man. He was carrying a lot of speed there coming off. That just gives you an idea of how hard it is here to pit because you are carrying so much speed. So here we go, man. I think we're getting ready to rock and roll. We are getting ready to rock and roll, baby. So race number 6, it's Dover tonight. 130 laps from the monster.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, here we go, boys and girls. Let's take a look at the starting order here tonight. Claudio Bardelli Jr. and Gordon Carter make up row number 1. Sean Jacobs and Dan Richter, row 2. Look at that, Ford, Chevy, Chevy, Ford. Row number 3 will be Tony Furtado and Preston Hassel. Givaldo Spindola in the 7th position and Ben R. Silva in 8th. Make up row number 4. Row number 5 will be Dana Grover and Julio Caligari. And row 6 will be Dennis Udichin and Franco Alvarez. Well, here we go, boys. It'll be a fun one. And again, don't forget my race keys here tonight. Well, save your tires, not safe your tires. My gosh. Corner exit, man, that's a big one. Manage the traffic, limit that aggression, and make sure your pit stops are on point tonight here at Dover. All right, pace car's off. Here we go.
Green flag, go, go, go.
And we're green, baby. Go, go, go. 19, Claudio Bardelli Jr. on the inside, inch and ahead. Leaving a little room here. The 24 leaving a little room for Gordon Carter to try to duck down there, but he does not want to do it. Oh, Dan Richter looked like he might have gotten into the outside wall. 65 car. Bardelli Jr., our leader. Gordon Carter in 2nd. Dan Richter 3rd. Sean Jacobs 4th. And a battle for the 5th position. Looks like the 5th is Givaldo, and he's looking to take over P4. And he does. He gets by the 24 car. Now Gordon Carter inching up onto the back end of the 19. Julio Caligari battling on the outside with Dennis Udichin. These guys getting after it. And Caligari still side by side with Dennis Udichin. Oh, boy, Dennis had to really hang on to that. That thing wanted to drift up, and he caught it. Udichin in the 47 car. Board here with him, and wow, he has got to Got to be thankful that car didn't come around. He really pushed that. It looked like that thing wanted to break loose on him. Franco Alvarez has moved up. He is now in the 5th position, battling for a spot there. Looks like he wants to get around Givaldo. Givaldo on the outside line, Franco on the inside line, and Franco and Givaldo, oh boy, side by side there. Coming off turn 2 into turn 3, still side by side. Givaldo working that outside line. Oh my! Need a little bit more room on the inside, I think. And Franco trying to make some room. And this is getting wicked right now. Dan Richter now battling Franco. Franco has cleared the 68, and I think Richter is going to let Franco through. Not battle him too hard. He is realizing that this is going to be bad, bad, bad on tires if you try to push it. The top 5 separated a little bit from P6 on back. So Sean Jacobs in the 6th position, followed by Preston Hassel in P7. Michael Alvarez continuing to make some moves here. Gotten around Dan Richter. He is in P3. Alvarez, been a while since he's been out on the track, but he hasn't lost a beat. Claudio Bardelli Jr., our leader. Julio Caligari trying to get some spots here, and he's gotten around Dan Richter. Now Richter's had some trouble here, it looked like. Let's take a look and see what happened. It looked like Dana Grover. Sorry about that. It was Dan. I thought it was Dan Richter. Dana Grover. He's gotten around Dana Grover there on the outside line. Dana, the Trax VR sponsored machine, right now running in the 10th spots. Julio picking up a spot now up to P9. Good racing here so far. Good clean racing. Claudio Bardelli Jr., our leader. Gordon Carter running in the 2nd position. Take a look at that battle there. Bardelli in the Ford, Carter in the Chevy. Those 4 cars now broken away, and P5's dropped a little bit back. That's Givaldo. He raced pretty hard at the start of this, and maybe those tires are starting to give up a little bit on him. He's got a good race here going. He's a P5, good top 5 run. And we got a battle here with the Franco Alvarez now. Said, hey, man, I want to set my sights on the race leader here. Gordon Carter going to give him a lot of room, and Franco Alvarez now climbing up the grid to challenge the race leader. On board here with Franco Alvarez. You see the Sobercom sponsored Ford just ahead. That's Claudio Bardelli Jr. And Alvarez all over the back of Bardelli. Well, Brazil versus Argentina right now. Take a look at this. The 27 battling the 24. Preston Hassel to the inside of the 24. And Preston Hassel in the Ford. He's going to get by Sean Jacobs. Furtado running in the 8th position. Jacobs is not happy about that. He wants to get around. He's not mad at Preston. He just wants to get that spot back, but he drifts way up the track. And Preston extending that gap. Tony Furtado now sees an opportunity in the 9. That's still raging on there. And you see Benner Silva as well in this mix. Silva into 5. He's running in the 9th position. Like maybe Valdo. Looking here at Givaldo. He's lost some spots. We're going on a replay here just to check out, see what's happened to Givaldo. He's dropped to the backwards pretty quickly here. On the outside, he's going to let these guys go, and maybe those. Oh man, it hit the outside wall there, so some damage. And he may have hit earlier, maybe some of his problem. Smacking the outside wall, and he's going to give up a bunch of positions here. Long race here, 20 laps in, 130 laps scheduled tonight. And look at this. Furtado. Sean Jacobs had gotten back around Furtado, but now Furtado battling again. Get back around Sean Jacobs with the 9 car. Up to the 6th position. Sean Jacobs running in P7. Furtado looking out of the back of his car. You see Silva and Jacobs. And Ben or Silva going to the inside. Now trying to get around Sean Jacobs. Ben or Silva using the inside line. He's going to pick up a spot. Back up here to the race leader. Take a look at Denis Yunichin. Yunichin running in the 11th position. What a great Ukrainian driver. He's in the Bundy car tonight. No pizza car tonight for him, but he's out here making some laps in the 11th position. 47th car. Always thinking about Denis, man. I don't think there's a day that goes by that some of the guys here at High Octane Racing will be thinking about Denis. Always cognizant of the challenges that Denis is going through right now. Him and his neighbors, fellow countrymen and women. We're definitely praying for Denis. And I think racing is a good escape for him, man. We've been friends with Denis for quite a while, and Indy cars where we met him coming into the race league and racing with us. And good to see him out here mixing it up. It is, man. We got some battle going on here between Ben or Silva and Tony Furtado. Ben or Silva in the 5, Tony Furtado in the 9, battling it out. This is the thing about this track. You see Furtado up on the outside line as Ben or Silva looking to the inside. The thing about this track is depending on how you drive it, you could be good early, bad late, or vice versa. And you see these guys making passes. Now some of these boys are reeling them back in as they see Sean Jacobs making a pass on Ben or Silva. Caligari now closing in on Tony Furtado. Going back to live here as Sean Jacobs has gotten around Furtado. So Furtado's probably dealing with some worn out tires. Caligari. Giulio Caligari making a pass. He is now up to the 8th position. 28 laps in. We've got a battle here for the race lead. Look at this. Franco Alvarez to the inside of Claudio Bardelli Jr. And Alvarez in a Mobil 1 sponsored Camaro now takes over P1. Bardelli Jr. back to P2. Carter is 3rd, Richter 4th. Preston Hassel is running in the 5th position. Got a 4-car breakaway. Dan Richter trying to make a pass here on Gordon Carter just ahead. Chevy, Ford, 1, 2, 3, 4. The different lines there. Richter taking the inside of the corners and Gordon up about halfway up on the corners. Benner Silva now closing in on Preston Hassel. Benner Silva to 5. Preston Hassel in the 27 on the outside line, and Benner Silva moving up. Now he is in 5th position. Preston Hassel falling back to P6. Yes, Dana Grover dropping down to the inside. So the 89 car making some moves. He's now up to the 9th position. Sean Jacobs now reeling the 27 car back in. The 24 picking up a spot. 24 now up to the 6th position. Preston Hassel falling back to P7. Alvarez and Bardelli Jr. have been able to extend that gap over P3, P4. I think you're going to see these guys start making pit stops here fairly soon. I think the tires are starting to give up. Dana Grover now closing in on Giulio Caligari. Grover here now late in the run, starting to pick up some position. See the 6 up into the outside wall. And Dana Grover in the 89, now up to P7. And he's got a late run car here. He is 8 seconds down to the race leader, almost 9 seconds down to the race leader. So keep our eye on that time. Sean Jacobs now battling Benner Silva. Little drag race here down the backstretch. And Benner Silva, I guess that would have been the front stretch. Benner Silva now falling back to the 6th position. Take a look at Benner Silva there in this 6th spot, number 5 car. '24 now up to P4. A bit of a late run car for him too. Got 6 seconds down to the race leader. Alvarez has extended that lead to about a half a second over Claudio Bardelli Jr. 56 car indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. He's running in the 3rd position, so that crew has signaled come down pit lane. Let's get some 4 tires on that. Full load of fuel. And we have been caution free. See Gordon Carter the inside. Whoa, hard on the brakes there. Might as well burn the tires up. You don't have to use those again. And Gordon Carter, our first car on pit lane. We take a look at the race leader. So Carter's on pit lane. Alvarez also on pit lane. So Franco Alvarez and Gordon Carter will watch their pit stops. The new race leader, that's Dan Richter. Gordon Carter, long time on pit lane too. Wow. That seemed like that took an eternity. Now finishing up the pit stop, coming back out on track. Dan Richter, our race leader, and I would suggest to you he's playing a little strategy here. Maybe trying to do that math and figuring out whether he can stretch it and maybe make this a 3-stop race. Richter now pulling off the track here to come down pit lane. So Dan Richter in the 65 giving up the race lead. Come down pit lane. So those guys are not giving up the race lead yet, but I suggest you probably will before it's over with. So Richter on pit lane. Franco Alvarez will be our race leader, I think, when this is all said and done. Alvarez back to the race lead. Dan Richter is second, but on pit lane, he's going to probably drop another position or two here by the time he gets up to full speed. He's now back to P3. That Boom Boo Rum sponsor machine. Purdue University grad. It's a little bit different pit strategy for him, man. He's stretching that fuel and that tire run out on that first run there. Maybe doing some math. Maybe doing some math and trying to figure out whether he can get by with just making this a 3-stop race. Now running in the 5th position. Don't forget tomorrow night we'll be at Dover in the Saturday Night Thunder Next Gen Series. Doing some test races, and we've got just a few races to go, and then we'll be switching over to a full season again. We're just sort of testing this stuff, giving a chance for some guys to get some paint schemes done and so forth. So that's coming up at 8 p.m. tomorrow in the Saturday Night Thunder. iRacing Racing League Tough Trucks. Oh, man, I didn't change the banner on that. Didn't change the banner. Bad, bad, bad. There we go. We'll be at Lucas Oil Raceway on Wednesday, July 23rd for race number 8 of the season in the High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks Series. In the Craftsman Truck Series mod. Franco Alvarez, after pit stops, looks like he's got about almost an 8-second lead over Bardelli Jr. And a couple of these guys a lap down. Tony Furtado in the lucky dog position. See him just behind Franco Alvarez. Maynard Grover, Julio Caligari, Dennis Schuerchen, and Givaldo Spindola all at least one lap down. 80 laps to go, though. We got a long way to go. Benner Silva here battling Preston Hassel. Benner Silva to the inside. Preston Hassel running in the 3rd position, but now Benner Silva taking over P3. Benner Silva, man, continuing to climb up the grid. After pit stops now, finds himself in the 3rd position. I'll tell you what, man, Benner Silva, I've said this before, Benner Silva can just flat out drive anything and make it competitive. I mean, you could put him on a bicycle and he'd make it competitive out here tonight. Getting around Givaldo there on the inside. Givaldo running 2 laps down. No matter whether we're talking about road course racing, stock cars. I know I ran with him in some DTM stuff. We've done some stuff over at with Nascar Total, IndyCar Brazil. That was rolling around, of course, in Apollo's League as well. The Dover Cup Series is also great in that series. This guy just well prepared, and you couldn't ask for a nicer gentleman as well. I mean, he really is a great dude. And right now running in the third position. Good clean racer there, too. He's not going to race you. Not going to race you dirty. Take a look at here. Sean Jacobs in the 24 car. The bonus sponsor machine. Look at that cluster of cars right there, huh? Sean Jacobs to the inside, trying to get around Dan Richter. And now sets his sights on Preston Hassel. Side by side there. Dan Richter going to drop to the inside and try to follow Sean Jacobs through. Sean Jacobs going to get by. Preston Hassel got ganged up on right there. Preston Hassel now falling back to the 7th position as Jacobs running in 5th. Dan Richter now in 6th. Holy smokes. That was some good racing there. Dana Grover, Tony Furtado here battling. Dana Grover to the inside. Tony Furtado on the outside line. Dana Grover now picking up the 8th position as Tony Furtado falling back to P9 in the 9th car. So some different strategies out of some of these guys here when they pit. Alvarez the leader, and he is now rolling up on some lap traffic, some more lap traffic. He's looking at the P7 car. Alvarez in the 83. He's getting ready to come to the United States to go to a couple races. He and his dad, what about that, man? Father-son trip to check out some NASCAR racing. This guy is absolutely crazy about NASCAR. And he gets by Preston Hassel. Sean Jacobs now closing in on Gordon Carter. And Sean Jacobs going to get by the high place moving sponsor machine. Gordon Carter right there. Woo, boy. That's a good look at the front of Gordon Carter's machine. Dan Richter now looking on the inside. Claudio Bardelli Jr. kind of out there in no man's land right now. He is running in the 2nd position as Alvarez has opened up a huge gap at 8.3 seconds. As Claudio Bardelli Jr. running in the 2nd position. There we go. There is Dan Richter dropping down to the inside, and he's going to get around Gordon Carter. Picking up P5. Gordon Carter now falling back to the 6th position. Caution free so far. 64 laps in. As Alvarez continuing to lead. Now closing in on Gordon Carter. Alvarez just has this mod worked out, man. Take a look at Dennis Judichin here. Probably not the night he had hoped for. Oh, man. Hard to the outside wall. And Dennis really a lot of contact in that outside wall. And that one, man, that car is just not behaving. You can tell right there the way that that's going through the corners. That thing is not behaving right. That thing wants to come around on him. He has got some right side damage on that machine. A lot of right side damage there, so that car definitely not handling right. He's going to have to come down pit lane. With the way that this is a no caution field, I think he's going to have to probably come down pit lane and get some service done on this machine. Let's hope for the best, because that back into that car is wanting to squirt around on him. just does not look right. As Sean Jacobs starting to close in, we kind of get a better look at what's going on here with that car. You see that drifting up. He's going to give these guys a lot of room. Off the pace a little bit. Dan Ritter going to follow Sean Jacobs through. That's good racing IQ right there. I mean, that's the way it's done. You know, Dennis realizes he smacked the wall. His car's not really handling the way he wants it. He's giving those guys a lot of room. And that's the type of thing right there that's going to be repaid to you. He's not doing it for that reason. He's just doing it because that's just the way it goes with him. I mean, he and other drivers here, they're real courteous. If you've caught up to them, and you know, you're going to get by. He realizes, you know, that's the type of thing guys remember, you know. One race to the next, that's what they remember. You see the 5 car going by. Take a look at Tony Furtado now closing in on the back of Dana Grover there. Furtado behind Dana Grover. Both those guys get by Preston Hassel. Hassel's car not looking right as well so this run. Preston Hassel now back to the 9th position. This track is so tough, man. Personally, one of my least favorite tracks, I'll be honest with you. As far as ovals are concerned. I've never been able to figure this place out. Burned my tires up. Just not my cup of tea. You see Benner Silver way down to the inside here. He's having some trouble. He got way down to the inside line. It looks like he's coming down pit lane. He made some contact with the inside wall. And he may be thinking some math here. But Benner Silva, an earlier pit stop here on lap 73. Looks like Dana Grover's come down pit lane as well. This guy's last pitted somewhere around lap 40, so interesting pit strategy here out of these guys. Alvarez, maybe the tires have given up on these guys. So Silva on pit lane, Grover on pit lane. Preston Hassel on pit lane. And Benner Silva looks like he's retired his machine. Benner Silva is out of the race. Oh, man. What happened to Benner Silva? Maybe he had some damage from that inside contact. Maybe he had more contact before that, but he is out of the race. That is terrible, man. I don't want to see that. Franco Alvarez continuing to lead. And some problems for Benner Silva. As we see Gordon Carter, well, we don't see him because I got the banner up there. Gordon Carter back out on the track here on lap 76. You see, oh man, I'll tell you what, Franco Alvarez indicating he's coming down pit lane. I think I know why. That car's wanting to spin out. So Alvarez is going to be pitting this time by down to the inside into turn 3. 3 and 4. And that thing is sideways. Those tires are chewed up. And look at that. Oh, Franco. Holy Toledo. Franco Alvarez. Wow. That was interesting, to say the least. Let's see if here we can take a look at this. What's this? What's that? Oh, almost made contact with the barrels. Holy smokes. Our race leader is Sean Jacobs. Wowza. A little drama here. Oh, lap 77, 78 now. Sean Jacobs is laps led points. Thinking big picture here. 24 car. Be making a pit stop this time by, I believe. And Jacobs on pit lane. Dan Richter, our race leader. And Alvarez almost took himself out of the race. See Sean Jacobs on pit lane. Dan Richter, the race leader. Jacobs in the 24, taking 4 tires and fuel. Down off the jack here and ready to get back out on the track. So good pit stop there for Sean Jacobs. 81 laps in. And Dan Richter is our leader. You kind of got a, you put yourself in a little bit of a different situation here. When you get out in the race lead, you're trying to stretch that run. As these guys have made pit stops, are all on fresh tires. Richter is probably doing some math in his head, man. I'm telling you, I think it might be a situation where he thinks he might be able to just make one more pit stop and that be it. And I'm not sure the others have got the moxie for that. Dan Richter realizes he can get to, say, 40 laps to go. He might be in a position to win this race. So I think those other guys are going to have to pit. I think they're going to have to pit again. He's up a lap on everybody but Franco Alvarez, who's 14 seconds down. Alvarez on fresh tires is going to close up pretty quickly. But I think Alvarez is going to have to come back down pit lane another time. That leaves Dan Richter out there, for making his pit stop, fresh tires, fuel, and then stretching it. If he can get to somewhere around, say, lap maybe 87, 88, he could be in a position here, I think, to possibly make just one more pit stop. I think the other guys have to come in. It may be a splash and go or something like that, but they'll have to come in again. So most of these guys have made pit stops. See Dan Richter not coming off the track to come down pit lane here. So look at this, 86, 87. And a good solid pit stop, and you may be in a situation, I'm telling you, that he might be in the catbird seat here. Franco Alvarez back to the race lead as Dan Richter finds himself on pit lane. This is going to be interesting. A little math going on. Little strategy. Looks like Udichin on pit lane as well, finishing up his pit stop. And there comes the Boom Boo Rum sponsored Ford. So he's given up all those positions right now, but I think he's going to be in a situation where he might be good to go. He's definitely on a different pit stop strategy than most of the other drivers. I have a doubt in my mind about that one. And Richter back up to full speed. The only thing is I think he's going to have to sort of, not push it super hard. He is in the 6th position here, and I think he's in a situation where he can reel some guys in. Alvarez also good on strategies as well, so we'll have to see how Alvarez plays his cards. Alvarez way up the track right there. Take a look at the Giulio Caligari running in the 9th position. Good to see Giulio out here, man. Running in the 6th position. He does a great job in our truck series as well. And I've been racing with Giulio for a long time as well, all the way back in those NASCAR Total, IndyCar Brazil days. That's where I met a lot of those guys. racing there, and race different mods, different series, and Julio was also a great competitor there, and a great competitor here at High Octane Racing League. Claudio Bardelli Jr. running in the second position. Team Samba there. Don't forget to support him by going to that Sober Tom podcast channel on YouTube. All things music there for Claudio and his guests. Very professional channel too, man. Really nice. Does a great job. He's a musician himself, so he knows the right questions and where to direct that conversation as well. So support him by going to Sober Tom Podcasts on YouTube. A little busy here, isn't it? Bardelli Jr. running in the second position, 8.2 seconds down to Franco Alvarez. Alvarez into the outside wall. Alvarez contact with the outside wall there here on lap 95. Not sure how much damage is done to that, but 8 seconds up on Claudio Bardelli Jr. Dana Grover. Fresh tires. Getting by here. He's in the 89 car, getting by and picking up the 6th position. I'm telling you, right now, Dan Ricker's saving a little bit. He's backing off. He's saving a little bit. Dana Grover here in the Toyota Trax VR sponsored machine, running in P6. Been a quiet night here for him. For that Calgary area. He likes racing, man. He loves racing. Came down and went to Las Vegas and watched the race there this year. Big golfer. Likes to play golf. And he is running in the 6th position. Dan Ricker running behind him. That's going to help Dan Ricker out a little bit too here. He just give you a line to follow. Just chill out. Save your tires. No harm, no foul. Running in P7. Preston Hassel running in the 8th position. Been a quiet night here for him. He is 1 lap down. Worked on the setup for us. Got that setup out not only for the trucks but also for the Buschwackers Series. Here he is running in the 8th position in the 27 car. Being able to survive the storm. Says got thunderstorms in the area. Said I might have to disconnect at any moment. Keep plugging away. He's running in the 8th position. Rivaldo running in P10. 5 laps down in the 10th position. You see Franco Alvarez rolling up to him. And Alvarez's lead has diminished somewhat. It's down to 7.8 seconds. So Bardelli Jr. is closing in. Still a little bit of work to do there as Givaldo is going to let Franco Alvarez get by. Givaldo running in the 10th position. Had some trouble early on, but plugging away here. Looking at points race. Schudert's also had some trouble. He's been into the wall a few times. Some damage there, but he's plugging away. He's running in the 11th spot on 8 laps. Yeah, thinking about some points. Preston Hassel picking up a spot here. It looks like Dana Grover coming down pit lane. So Grover making a pit stop. Maybe thinking a little strategy there. Dana Grover in the Trax VR machine on pit lane. And we take a look at Franco Alvarez, our leader. Also hearing that maybe Preston Hassel is going to be coming down pit lane. As Grover finishing up his pit stop here on lap 104. Tony Furtado running in the 4th position, indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. Furtado making contact with the outside wall here in that 9. I think I'd heard him say he was coming down pit lane. And also the 19 indicating he's coming down pit lane. I think Furtado has come down pit lane or is on pit lane now as we clicked away from him. So Tony Furtado on pit lane. What a horrible camera angle there. What the heck? Fire the camera guy. Well, that's me. The 9 on pit lane. Caligari coming down pit lane. Bardelli Jr. coming down pit lane. Interesting. Those guys, remember, they pitted, got that pit done, and they're already back on the pit lane here on lap 107. As Furtado finishing up his pit stop. And he's trying to hold on, maybe pick up a couple more spots. Tony Furtado might have gotten caught speeding. Hearing on the radio that the 9 got caught speeding on pit lane, and he is doing a drive-through. So got caught speeding. Oh, man. That is a devastating penalty there. As you see Sean Jacobs coming off the track, he's coming down pit lane. Oh, man. So, Jacobs going to give up the race lead, and Dan Richter, I think, is going to assume the race lead. So Furtado doing the drive-through, I believe. And now finishing up his penalty. Now coming back out on track. You know, the only thing worse than speeding on pit lane, speeding twice on pit lane. And thankfully he didn't do it. I've been there, believe me. I think I did it 3 times one time. And I just said that 3rd time I just parked it. Not my night. Preston Hassel going by Dan Richter there on the inside. Richter stretching this out, I'm telling you. He might have what it takes here. Alvarez only, though, 1 second back, so maybe this isn't going to work out the way he thinks it's going to. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not sure if Alvarez is going to have to come back down pit lane or not. Not hear anything from the crew on that. So Alvarez is closing in on Dan Richter with 20 laps to go. Alvarez now closes in there on Richter and looking to get around, and he's on the inside line. Alvarez way down, hugging the apron, and he gets by Dan Richter. So Alvarez back to the race lead. Dan Richter is in 2nd. Claudio Bardelli Jr. shown in the 3rd position. 4th is Caligari, and Sean Jacobs running in the 5th position. Caution free so far here on lap 113. One car out of the race, Ben Silva. He had a lot of trouble there and decided to retire his machine. Franco Alvarez, the leader. Giulio Caligari, take a look at him. He's running in the 4th position, but I think he is on pit lane, and it does look like the 6 car making a pit stop here on lap 115. And Caligari finishing up that pit stop. Looks like maybe just took right side tires. And a little bit of fuel. So he's going to give up some spots here late in the race. Whoa! Uderchin up into the outside wall. Boy, I thought that car was coming around. My heavens, man. I thought that car was all but wrecked. Take a look here. Caligari down on, oh, he hits the apron right there. Oh! Ooh. And that was Dan Richter, I think, that might have been able to avoid that. Is that Dan Richter there? Not sure who that was behind him that missed. Wow. Franco Alvarez, does he have the fuel to be able to make it to the end? 12 laps to go. That's the question. I think, looking at this, maybe I'm, throwing all my bones in on that. All the dice in, all the cards in, whatever you want to call it, that he had to pit. Mario Bardelli Jr. is closing in on Dan Richter. Bardelli Jr. running in the third position. Richter is in P2. Richter goes to the outside, and Bardelli Jr. diving down. What a horrible camera angle. Come on. Moves down to the inside and makes that pass. So Richter now up to P2. Sean Jacobs having a pretty good night here, running in P5. The P4, Gordon Carter's running in the fifth position. So good points night here for Sean Jacobs. I know this season, I'm not sure he's super concerned about points. He's missed a couple of races or missed a race as he gets by Dan Richter. You see Gordon Carter running in P5. Franco Alvarez gets by him. Alvarez does not appear to be holding back here with about 9 laps to go. Dana Grover's worked his way up to the 6th position here after pit stops have cycled around. A little trouble early on, but keeps plugging away. And here the 89 car running in P6. No caution flags so far tonight. Keep your fingers crossed here on lap 125. We've tried to make a caution flag. We've tried to have a few of them. And everybody kept the car pointed in the right direction. And no yellow flags so far. Preston Hassel running in P7. Castrol sponsored machine. Giulio Caligari running in P8 as he gets by Dan Richter. Not for position, but running in the 8th position in that 6th car. Furtado running in the 9th position. Well, I guess my attempt to dramatize this with the pit stop strategy hasn't worked. At least my calculations haven't worked. I was back thinking that maybe Richter Might have been in the catbird seat. He is running in the third position, so a good run here for him. But stretching that out, I thought these guys were going to have to make another pit stop. It looks like they're going to be able to make it here as we got 2 laps to go. Across the start-finish line, we'll have 1 lap to go here for the 83 car. Franco Alvarez. Franco Alvarez all over but the shout now into turn 1 through turn 2. Made a little contact with the outside wall early on. Did not seem to really affect him too much. Good pit stops on point coming off turn 4. Franco Alvarez in the 83 car is going to get the win here at Dover. So great job to Franco Alvarez. And it looked like he might be out of gas. Out of gas, maybe? I don't know. We chase him around here. We're trying to get the camera to catch up with him. Every time he changes direction, it's the camera gets all. The drone flies in a little bit different direction. There we go. I think we're good now. We got a good screenshot for the 83. So congratulations to Franco Alvarez. It's a big win. We watch him do his burnout. Been a while since we've seen Franco Alvarez, but it doesn't seem like he's lost his juju. And gets the win. How about that, huh? So burning the engine up here, might as well, huh? So congratulations to Franco Alvarez on getting the win here. Let's take a look at the final results. In a caution-free race here at Dover. Franco Alvarez gets the win. Claudio Bardelli Jr. finishes in second. Another Ford there in the third position. Dan Riggers, so 2 Fords in the top 5. Sean Jacobs finishes in the 4th position. Gordon Carter makes it the 3rd Chevy in the top 5, finishing in the 5th position. Dana Grover finishes in 6th, the top Toyota tonight. Good run there for him. Preston Hassel in the Ford finishes in 7th. Julio Caligari finished in the 8th position. Tony Furtado 9th. Some late race problems there for Tony Furtado. Lost a couple positions here, having to drive back down pit lane with the speeding penalty. Givaldo Spindola finishes in P10th. P11 is Dennis Judichin, and Ben Arsilva with the DNF there finishes in P12. So congratulations to Franco Alvarez on getting the win here at Dover. Good run there for him. And it looks like he hasn't missed a beat, huh? Comes back out and gets a win and shows everybody how it's done. All right, Franco Alvarez joining us here in the booth, and that was an interesting race, man. Caution-free, made contact with the wall a couple times. Talk about how you were able to overcome that contact and get the race win.
Yeah, Mr. Johnson, that was such a hard race. So much tire fall off. And yeah, happy to see this Mobile 1 Chevrolet in victory lane once again.
Well, I was thinking that Dan Ricker really had kind of a good strategy. It looked like he was really stretching the run out and pitting later than you guys. Was that anything that worried you as you were doing your strategy? It looked like you came in a little bit earlier than him, and maybe would have had to pit an extra time, but it didn't work out that way.
It was. I was doing math every single lap, trying to figure it out if I was to work or not. So yeah, he had me thinking the whole race about it.
This track is so tough here, but we had a great job with no caution flags. We don't often see that here at Dover with the tire fall off. We get some guys spinning out and so forth. And it seemed like guys were having some trouble getting on the pit lane. We saw a couple speeding penalties tonight too. Was that a problem for you?
No, it wasn't. It was really hard, but it wasn't a problem. I was worried about the cautions starting last. I knew I had to go through the field as fast as I could, and ended up working out pretty well.
Well, on another note, looks like you're getting ready to come here to the United States and go to some races here. What are the tracks you're going to be visiting?
I will be going to Richmond and Daytona. I cannot wait.
And a good father-son vacation there. Anybody else coming along with you, or is it just you two?
My brother too.
Oh, okay, yeah. And how old's your brother?
He's like 31.
And also a race fan, I'm assuming?
No, I am the only one. So it's going to be an interesting time, for sure.
They're just making sure you don't get in trouble.
I usually don't, so they don't have to worry about anything.
Hey, well, congratulations. I know you've been sort of hit or miss here this season, and busy guy and so forth, so hopefully we'll get to see you more this season, and another win there for the 83. Great job.
I hope too. Thank you so much. Thank you for your work, and I see you guys in the next one.
All right. That's Franco Alvarez joining us down here in the track or in the broadcast booth, and gets a win here at Dover. The Monster Mile tames the monster. A great job to Franco Alvarez, and we're getting ready to come up here and actually visit some tracks and watch some races. Man, he loves NASCAR racing, so it's going to be exciting to see him really enjoy that aspect up to it. I've been to many NASCAR races, and it is a great experience, man. So safe travels to he and his dad and his brother, and hopefully they have a great time. Next week, we're going to be at Indy. That's right, Indianapolis Motor Speedway here in the Buschwackers Series, so keep your eyes out for that one. That's going to be a fantastic race. So don't forget to join us next week for that. Saturday Night Thunder coming up tomorrow. We'll be right back here at Dover. The big boys, the next gen, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 130-lap race at Dover in the Next Gen Series, the Saturday Night Thunder. Thank you so much for joining me here on the YouTube channel. I really appreciate your support. Don't forget that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't done so, and then smash that bell. And you get updates when races are going live here at TurnLeftTV. Really appreciate all the people that come out and watch the races, share the videos with all your friends, all that stuff, and supporting TurnLeftTV. I really never thought I would ever be 950-plus subscribers, but I cherish each and every one of you, and want to continue to grow this channel and do some more broadcasting. I have a lot of fun with it, man. Look forward to Friday nights, man, just so I can broadcast these races. High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks will be back in action at Lucas Oil Raceway Park. 140-lap race there on July the 23rd. That's Wednesday, July the 23rd. It's race number 8 of the season. And qualifications begin at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Lucas Oil in the Tough Trucks. Tonight's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. You want to host your website or your online store? Well, how about some VPS hosting and shared web hosting? You can do that through EliteHostingUSA.com. Don't forget to join us over at highoctaneracing.net. You get a quick link to our Discord server. That's where we do most of our business. You get updates of point standings, who's winning what series are running. We run all kinds of series, so come on out and join us at highoctaneracing.net. Good way to get a hold of us there is click on that Discord server or link and join us there. Well, congratulations to Franco Alvarez. Good to see him out here racing with us again. Been a while since we've heard or seen anything out of him, so congratulations. He hasn't missed a beat. That's going to do it for me tonight. Thank you so much. And you know what this means. I am out of here.